Alright, so the faucet here was leaking, or it's still leaking, even though I turned off the main water outside. You can see these are all in the on position, but I turned off the main water outside. We're going to be replacing this as well, because I noticed when I tried to close this, it just kept leaking. So, like the leaking was coming from here after that. So what we're going to do, let me turn on the flash here. We're going to take this pipe off. Hopefully we can get this piece off. The design, I don't know if you can see how this one is. They screwed that fitting on there. So it looks like when they did it, this isn't a normal, the usual design. This one is actually the shutoff valve is screwed onto the pipe. So that's kind of weird, but we'll see. All right. Anyways, we're going to take this fitting off. You need some good pliers. I need to adjust the size here a little bit wider so I can grab, you kind of, let me see if I can get it. So you want that angled part to go into there, and then you can use that to turn it, okay? But of course, first thing you want to do is turn the water main off outside. So let me show you how I did that, but let me take this off real quick since I want it to kind of, I'll let it drain while I go to show you guys what I turned off outside. Okay, I can kind of turn this by hand. Okay, there we go. You can see it's dripping. So you want to have like a pipe, a bucket or something under there. Let me actually get the bucket. Give me a second. Okay, so we got the bucket there now. And that was actually catching the dripping water from the sink earlier. But a lot of water is going to come out from this tube. Okay. And like I said, you do want to turn off your water main first. Otherwise, this thing is just going to be spraying water out everywhere and you're going to be in trouble. So let me show you how we turn off the water main. It's going to be different on every house, obviously. Sometimes you might have to go to the street to turn it off. But let me show you. We have a little shutoff valve on the side of our house. Okay, so let me show you that. Give me a second. Okay, so here we are at the side of the house. And we have this shutoff valve here. I don't know if it's always red, but ours is red. I don't want to turn it on. I almost turned it on. But basically, you turn it clockwise, okay? So if you're facing it this way, you turn it the same way the clock will go. And it should go until you can't turn it anymore. So I'm pushing with my thumb and pulling with my fingers. I'm actually left-handed, but I can do that with my right hand. Okay, so basically, you're turning it that way. Same way you would like tighten a lid of a like soda bottle or anything. And that shuts off the water. So now there's no more water going into the house. Let's go ahead and continue removing that valve. All right, so I'm back. I'm not sure how I'm gonna record this. The tripod is too tall to fit in the area underneath the sink, but I'll do what I can. Basically, this one, we gotta unscrew it. So I gotta find the right size. It might help to use a crescent wrench of the exact same size. Or the exact size instead of using one of these, but this is what I'm going to use. Okay, let me see if I can get in there. So we got, let me see, I'll show you a close-up first of what's in there. Most likely I'm going to have to hold the brass one. So we're going to have to hold this brass one down and then unscrew this. It looks like this is all one solid piece, so we're probably going to need an exact replacement of this. Other ones will use a compression ring. It looks like this one just screws on. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I have a way to mount the phone. Let me see if I can mount it on the sink thing here. Maybe that will that work? No, my phone's gonna end up falling in the water. Yeah, that's not gonna work. You guys are just gonna have to kind of understand what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna try and get the pliers into the right size here. Okay, maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so now I can basically grab this and turn it, but I have to hold the brass one down as well because we don't want the thing to just rip out or twist the pipe that's in the wall. We want it to hold this tight, sorry. All right, so I'm gonna grab this. Let me see if it's going on right. Okay, I think that will work. So I have to basically use this and hold the brass one. Oops, I'm holding the wrong one. I'm grabbing the valve one. Okay. So I don't know if this is the right size or not. It's hard to get in there. Okay. I think we got it. Okay. So basically this one has to hold it still, or we'll hold the pipe still. Again, there's not much room in here and it's hard to record this, so hopefully you guys can see what's going on. So I'm going to hold this one, then we're going to use this one to actually twist this off, so counterclockwise. So I'll grab this and I'll pull the pipe clockwise and the other thing counterclockwise. Oh God. It's stuck on there real good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out. And the camera's also slightly in my way, so maybe I'll unscrew this thing just so I have a little more room to work and a little more area to get my hands and see around there. So let me go get a screwdriver for that. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. We got a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, I think this is a PH2. Anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can get this off. Unscrews really easily, actually. Okay, there we go. Once we get that screw off, we can slide this off, and this just has this, like with the teeth that grip onto that. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get this thing out now. Again, there's not much room in here for me to work on this, and the camera is in my way, so it makes it even harder. But let's see. Maybe I should use this one to hold that pipe. No, I think I need more leverage. I need more leverage here. There's not enough room. Well, let's try adjusting this a little more. I might have to see if I have a crescent wrench that's the right size for this to make this a little bit easier. Okay. Oh, that's too loose. Need to go up one. Okay. Let's see if I can grab this now and twist it off. Oh God. Oh. Why can't I grab it tight? Okay. This doesn't want to grab on tight enough. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't want to move. Let me get some crescent wrenches and I'll be back. I don't even know if you guys are able to see or if my head's just blocking the whole view, but I'll be back. Okay, well, I don't have the right size. I think it needs a 23. I'm going to try and do this without the camera in my way. If I can loosen it, I'll be back and then I'll show you what's going on. All right, I'll be back in a bit. All right, so with the camera out of my way, I was able to do it. Let me get this back on there. I twisted it only a tiny bit, so hopefully I'll be able to show you guys more. But basically, got that in, grabbed that one, and held that in place while I twisted that. And you can see now it's turning. Okay, it's really tight. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now you can see we can get this piece off. At least I hope you can. I hope I'm not in the way. But there we go. We'll undo this. Okay. So, as you can see, oh, there's Teflon tape in there. That's whoever did this did a bad job. Okay. Hopefully the water's not going to keep spilling out there, because if it is, I'm going to have to be quick with this. Let me get a bigger bucket under here. I'll be back. Okay, the water keeps dripping, so what I'm going to do I got a trash bag. I'm just gonna wrap it on there and then use a rubber band to hold it in place temporarily, because I need to go. Oh, how am I gonna put the rubber band on there like that? Gotta get the rubber band on first. Oh, that rubber band broke. Well, the water's dripping, slowing way down, so I'm gonna pour the water in the drain, and I think that should be enough time for me to go to Home Depot and back. But we want to clean all this stuff out because it's pretty gross. Probably gonna get a toothbrush and clean it better. But yeah, we got to get the old Teflon tape and stuff out. I don't know what that crusty stuff is stuck in there, but it's stuck. Corrosion. Okay. All right, we're gonna use PTFE or Teflon tape to get this stuff back on. I don't know how I'm gonna show this because, yeah, I don't know. It's, well, we'll see. Let's get this to catch some drips. I'm gonna pour the water out here. Oh. And hopefully this bucket will be enough time for me to get the part and come back. So we'll put that there to catch the drips. And basically we're gonna have to replace this piece. Oh, you guys couldn't even see what I was doing. Anyways, I'm going to Home Depot. We'll find, hopefully they have this, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. Got a replacement valve. The person at Home Depot was saying they recommended this type of valve is like you don't have to twist it so many times, and it's rare that you'll need to just let a little water through, so this one's actually will work perfectly. You can see how this valve works. Sorry, I was running around so I'm out of breath. There you go. That's what it looks like. So it's matching the same one. Alright. This is what the old one looked like. We are going to have to add the PTFE or Teflon tape. I got this brush. I'm going to scrub around the pipe to try and clean it up a bit. Okay. Looks like there's some old tape there. Let's try and get that stuff out if we can. Okay. Try and get the old stuff out. I don't want to leave that gunk there, and then it can cause some problems. So, yeah, this tape is all coming out. Did they wrap it the wrong way? I don't know. Anyways. Okay. Using this wire brushy. Sorry if you guys can't really see. Okay. And again, there are all different types. There's ones where it's pressure fitted with a ring in the middle, where it compresses that ring to make a watertight seal. This one is just screwed on, so hopefully the problem with these threaded ones is it might not end with the pipe facing straight up. It might end going sideways or down or whatever. So that's the problem with this type of fitting. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's how this was. So we're just gonna use it in there and try and get this gunk out a little. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay. And then usually what you want to do is you want to drain this a little bit so there's no debris in here when you attach it to your sink. Otherwise it will push that debris into the nozzle of your sink, and that's not going to be good. Okay, so there was some white gunk in there. I kind of scraped it out a bit. Anyways. Oh, one other thing to stop the leaking. If it's leaking, this is actually upstairs, but this will apply, I guess, even if it's downstairs. You can open all the other sinks and valves away from where you're working, and that should allow the water to kind of go back into the pipes and go out the other ways. Since this is upstairs, I turned on the faucets downstairs, and that way any water that's in the pipes or that's getting, if it's still leaking from the valve outside, the shutoff valve outside, the water main, whatever, it'll actually flow out the other ones and it won't make it up to this pipe. Anyways, this fitting, I'm not sure what I will use this for. It came with a small compression ring and this, which goes on the top here, but I don't know how you would use this with the sink like hose here. Like, you don't use that there. It has like a rubber fitting or something. And then the faucet I have, I think, came with the hose. So if you want to watch that video, I'm going to make that one out right after this one. But anyways, now what we got to do, we got to add Teflon tape to this. So let me see, it'll probably be easier if I aim this downwards here. You can see the mess in here. So we have this PTFE Teflon tape. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to thread it on clockwise. Okay, so that way the threads will what do you say, that way when you screw on the thing, it will actually tighten it around this instead of like releasing it. All right, and the way this tape works, you actually want to, so when you pull it, you want it to face like this. All right, so when we're wrapping, the way we're wrapping it, this is actually backwards, so we're gonna be wrapping it clockwise, not in this one, but on the pipe over the inside the sink. So you want it so that when you unravel this, that this is facing that way, so when you pull it, you see it like it's basically rolling it back on. Because if you do it this way and you wrap it this way, then when you wrap it, it'll keep unraveling from here, and you don't want to do that. So you actually want to face it backwards this way. All right, we're going to do that on this little piece here. This valve is in the way, so let me see if I can turn it the other way. There we go. Okay, and you don't want it to, oh no, I accidentally unrolled the thing. Let me roll it back on. Okay, and one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to cover the ends of the threads, because the ends of the threads, you don't want this tape to go inside there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. It's hard to do this with my hands positioned like this, but normally I would actually, you would screw this on first, but to show it to you guys here, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, so you're gonna hold this onto this, and you're gonna wrap this around. Okay, again, you don't want to go over the outer edges of the threads, and you go like this, and you just wrap it around here, and you can see the tape actually holds itself really well once you kind of already get it on the threads. Okay, so just like that, and we'll just wrap it around a few times. Okay, just like this, and avoid the last thread. Okay, that should be good. I don't know, some people said to wrap it like six or more times, but I think that's actually way too much, because then the thing won't be able to go around it. Okay, so we got that. We're just going to tear it off just like that. So make sure there's no threads going inside. Okay, so it looks like that. We're going to basically do that, the same thing on the one in there. So we're going to try and, I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but okay, I'm going to try and get it on there. Basically, you want it to go clockwise again. Move some stuff out of the way here. Okay, so clockwise, which means you want this facing that way, so when you wrap it around, you can see it will wrap on itself. Okay, so I'm gonna, man, it's gonna be tough to do this with the camera in my way, but I'll do what I can. I don't know, my hand might be just blocking the whole thing, so maybe you won't even be able to see anything. Alright, but I'm doing what I can for you guys. Let me see here. Alright, so we're going to hold that on there, and we're going to wrap this here. It's hard for me to see if I'm actually, hopefully I don't wrap it too far. There we go. Okay, and then you can see now we can just pull on this, and again, you don't want to go over into the pipe, so we're going to just wrap it like that. So that's like, make sure it's not going over the last threads. Okay. One more. Okay, should be good. Pull it off. There we go. And you don't want this going into the thread, so make sure it's going outside. Okay, wrap that around. Let me see if I can show you guys close up. And also some faucets will have like a metal plate around here. I think this burning that black stuff, oops, let me zoom out. That dark color stuff, I think is when they tried to weld this on here, this brass piece, and they just burnt it. Yeah, so they did that on both sides. They like welded it and burned the drywall. But here you can see, all right, you want this outer edge exposed. You don't want the tape going around there, okay? So I gotta make sure. Okay, looks good. All right, so we're gonna now just screw on that valve. Zoom out here. Okay, and the valve, straightforward, same thing. There's this thing to just screw it on. Okay, basically just get it on there and twist it in. Okay, come on, I hope I got it. I hope I got the right size. Okay, there we go, it's going in. All right, and also when you screw this on, make sure you're not twisting on this knob. You want to twist on the metal part, okay? So it feels like it's going, but it's like really stiff. So let me twist it backwards first. Make sure that's good. Okay, and there we go. Twist that on. Okay, and then we're gonna spin this all the way around. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to use the pliers in the opposite direction. So we're gonna use this to tighten this, and then this one to keep it from spinning again. Okay, this is gonna be tough. There's not much room, and my arm's probably just blocking the whole camera. So I apologize for that, but I have no other way to do this. Okay, let's see, I'll try and go from the bottom here. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay. Alright, here you can see this valve is going to end up pointing upside down like I mentioned earlier. Okay. Maybe we can tighten it enough that it will point back facing upwards. Okay. If you have the right size, like crescent wrench or whatever, it would be a little bit easier. But, here we go. Okay, it's going. Okay. This is actually turning quite far. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. This is pretty tight now. Do maybe one more turn. It's going to end up sideways. Okay. Man, this is really tight now. A little bit more. Okay, I think we should be good. So right now, that should be good. I believe this is in the closed position. So what we want to do now, you can see this faucet will go in that way, which is good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this in the off position. Hopefully you guys were able to see what I did. I'm going to turn the water back on outside. Let me make sure it's actually closed. Let's take a look in here. Okay, can I see in there? Can I? No. Okay, the cameras, I used the camera in the wrong position, so it's... Okay, so that's closed. I'm gonna now turn on the water main outside. We're gonna make sure it's not leaking, and yeah. All right, I'll be back. All right, so we're back out here. I'm gonna turn this back on. Usually you'll want probably someone checking the valve to see if it's leaking, because if it's spraying out now, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Okay, well, we'll see. The water's like going. So I'll turn this on all the way. And hopefully I'm not making a huge mess underneath the sink. Let me go check real quick. Okay, looks like we're okay. There's a little, is the water coming out, or is that, oops. Looks like there's a little water coming out. So I'm gonna have to tighten that more, or is it coming from here? No, it's coming from back here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tighten that more and I'll be back. Okay, it's still dripping, so probably gonna have to redo the Teflon tape there. But let me drain this a little bit and see if it's working okay. I'm gonna hold the bucket here because it's probably gonna spray everywhere. Whoop, okay, so it does work okay. Yeah. When you put this thing back, when you screw this in, you actually, if you can, take the hose out from the top as well, and then you want to open the valve and drain it out a bit, because there could be stuff stuck in here, or at least remove the filter from your faucet and let that run a bit. If you're wondering what I mean, on the bottom of the faucets here, they have usually a filter thing in here. You want to remove that, so that way when you open that, the debris will fall out, okay? Otherwise it'll get caught in there, and then your filter or the aerator or whatever you have in there will get clogged. So it's best though if you can remove the hose from the other end, and then you can drain it from there. But let's see, is it still leaking? Not really. Oh, that's just a reflection or lighting. Okay. It's barely leaking, but I'm gonna turn the water main back off, and then I'm gonna take that off, redo the Teflon tape, and then I'll be back to show you guys. Well, actually, that's pretty much the end of this, so I'm not really gonna be back, but yeah, hopefully you guys understand, and then we're gonna screw this thing back on. But I need to redo this to make sure the Teflon tape isn't leaking. Maybe I'll put extra layers, so we'll do like 6 instead of 5 or whatever. But yeah, hopefully that helped. Hopefully you guys are able to figure this out on yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, if your valve type is different, some of them will use a compression ring, some of them will be welded on, and some of them will have like a pressure fit thing. But this one, they had this screw-on type. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.